We've been following the chaos out of the state capitol. 3 Democratic lawmakers, including Knoxville's Gloria, could be expelled because they chanted for gun reform in the state chamber. A quote rally to defend democracy started up just in the last half hour in downtown Knoxville. You're taking a live look coming up. There we are. A coalition of local organizations say they believe that Johnson, as well as 2 others, Jones and Pearson, should quote not be punished for supporting their constituents. And a lot of people are simply confused that an expulsion is even possible. So joining us now, Dr. Mark O'Gorman, a political science professor at Maryville College. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, thanks.
All right, we expect you. You're always so good to simplify things for us because there are a lot of layers here. Walk us through the process. How can elected officials legally be expelled?
Usually it involves disorderly or behavior inside the chamber of the chamber of the House that doesn't conform with the decorum of the chamber. Think more church than football game. You think you're supposed to be nice. You're supposed to make sure that you're only spoken unless you have the actual chamber, the voice to chamber. And what happened that other night is the fact that when the students came in and came up into the upper chamber, the balcony part of the legislature, the 3 Democratic legislatures started hollering back saying, "We support you." That behavior in and of itself might be considered out of decorum. That's the one layer. And then the second layer is, I believe what happened, maybe the game changers, at least one of the Democratic people used a bullhorn to try to amplify their support. That's the kind of behavior I think the Republicans are concerned about and might lead to an expulsion resolution.
Okay, we talked with Gloria today, who said, I felt like I was on the right side of history and that I knew it was wrong. I knew there would be consequences, but she didn't expect it to go this far. Can it go this far? Do you expect there to be an expulsion?
It can't go this far. The Tennessee Constitution has very clear rules that the Tennessee House maintains its own chamber. And so if a significant majority of the members believe someone has been out of line, they actually can expel those members. What's extraordinary about this is that you're having 3 members being possibly expelled at the same time. Over Tennessee history, I think we've only had 1 or 2 happen since the Civil War. Only been an individual. Usually it's a criminal charge. What's interesting about this, we're dealing with disorderly behavior, and as you said about Gloria Johnson, she leads on the right side of history. Will the Republicans have the vote to actually expel them?
All right, so what happens if they are expelled? Can they run again in a special election?
They could, and that's the issue. Would the expulsion say a permanent expulsion or just an expulsion from that session? In the immediate, certainly the legislative session, they're gone. If they got expelled, that's only that big if. They're expelled from that session. Then it becomes an issue in terms of whether the county can reappoint like a temporary person to fill their slots if they get expelled, like say the end of this week. And then the question also becomes like the next election, can they really literally reapply or, campaign for their old spot? That part we're not certain about. But for sure, if the expulsion does occur, they could be out for this legislative session.
Wow, and let me leave you with this because we're almost out of time. Would it be weird and would it be possible for someone to appoint them to take their own place?
That'd be possible. My guess is that the people, they can't, politics are an interesting time. It could be something, they could be reappointed. My guess is the House would try to have the language of such a type that they couldn't be reappointed. They'd have to wait till the next election. That's my best guess.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in.
You're
we
welcome.
Appreciate the explanation.
Thanks.
New at 5:30. Well, again, we've been following all of that. Stay with us for more because this is not over yet.
No, not quite.